Delilah, and I was really bored today, so I decided to do my makeup and film it and just post it because I've been promising you guys a makeup tutorial for like 2 years now, and it's yet to happen. So I thought it's now or never. And this is basically the look that I did. It's kind of my go-to look. It's somewhat natural, but yet glamorous. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys really like it, and stay tuned to see more tutorials in the future. So here we go. I'm going to start off with this new product. I've never used this before. It's my first time using it. The Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mix. So we'll see how this works. It's supposed to be like a primer and a setting spray, but you can apply it before and after. So we'll see how this works. So I'm just going to let that set in real quick. And in the meantime, I'm going to open up my brow products because I love to start with my brows first. So I will be using 2 different brow products. I'm going to be using the Benefit Brow Shaping Kit in the medium color. And I will also be using the Anastasia Brow Pomade in dark brown. So I really like to use those too. I also like to use the Anastasia Brow Definer. That one's really good too. So let me just let this dry some more. It is so hot outside, by the way, and I have like a light in front of me, and like it's still hot inside. So okay. So I'm going to, it has these 2 little, it has like a pomade and then a powder, which I love the pomade. As you can tell, it's like hitting the pan already. And I just like to swatch it on my hand to kind of get some product on here. And I'm going to start with this eyebrow first. I like to start at the bottom right here. And right now I'm just lining the bottom of my brow to kind of get its shape. And this Benefit Brow Shaping Kit, I only like to use at the beginning because it's lighter than the Anastasia one, so it helps fade in because it goes from light to dark. And then once I filled in that little front part, I like to take a little bit of the Anastasia pomade and swatch it on my hand like that. This is really dark and a little goes a long way, so you don't need a lot. And then I like to trace the bottom line with the Anastasia, and then I like to trace the top, which this does not have to be perfect because I like to go in afterwards with concealer to clean it up and carve out my brows. So I never worry too much about it being like perfect. And that's basically how I like to fill in my brow. And so for the next brow, I just clean off whatever excess is on the brush and get a little bit more from the Benefit and just start applying on the bottom like I did with the other brow. Which I'm trying to like show you guys. I'm looking in the mirror. Alright, maybe I can look in like this little one. So I just like to take it to the middle to kind of just fade in. And then I go in with the Anastasia pomade. And I just trace the bottom. And then I trace the top. And I like my brows really bold, which is why I use such a dark pomade for the Anastasia. I only use the Anastasia pomade if I'm like going for like a full glam kind of look. If I'm going for a more natural look, I'll just use the Benefit because it's a medium color, so it's not too dark. Okay. Then I like to get a little spoolie brush, just something like that. And I like to brush out my brows to kind of help blend them in. Then I like to go in with a little angled brush like that. And you can use any concealer to carve out your brows, but I really like to use this Stila Shape and Shade Custom Contour Duo in the color Light, which you guys are going to freak out how much I love to use this concealer. I literally need another one. It's almost all gone. So I just like to grab this one and swatch some on my hand. Then I like to start right here and carve a line under my brow like that. And you're just going to take it all along the bottom of your brow. And this is really going to help define it and sculpt it. Then I like to go on top. A lot of people don't like to go on top. You don't have to, but I just think it looks more carved out when you do the top also. Then I just go like that. And you can already see it's like getting its shape. And that's one brow. So then I like to go with the other one, do the same thing. Okay, so then I like to go with a beauty blender, a damp one, and you can just blend out the concealer. Okay, so then I like to just I like to dab my beauty blender into some concealer, just like that, and apply it to my lid. I don't really like to use eyeshadow primers, so this is kind of like my eyeshadow primer, it's just concealer. And I take it on the bottom too. And then I do the same for the other eye. I really need to get more of this concealer because I don't know why, I really, really like it. Like, it's not full coverage, I would say, but it really brightens, which is what I like. And it's really lightweight, you don't really feel it, so that's why I like it to prime my eyes. And it blends really easy, so bonus. And you want to make sure if you put it under your eye to really get in the creases, because you do not want this baby creasing on you, especially on your lid. You want to make sure it's really like blended out, because you do not want creases on your lids, because then your eyeshadow is going to crease and that's just going to look really bad. So next I'm going to go in with my Airspun translucent extra coverage powder, and I'm just going to dip my beauty blender in the powder to set my eye. You always want to set your eye if you're going to use concealer, or even with the primer. You can either use translucent powder or like a cream flesh colored eyeshadow to set your eye primer, eye concealer, because if you just leave the concealer and you have oily skin, your concealer is going to crease, which is going to crease your eyeshadow, which is just going to be a disaster. So you're just going to do that. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see, it's set. And for eyeshadows, I'm going to do a very simple, my kind of go-to look. It's kind of a look that I do when I'm kind of in a hurry. But I also like want to wear makeup. Something super simple, easy, and just really pretty. So I like to go in with a highlighter first, which I'm going to be using this Mary Lou by The Balm highlighter. It just looks like that. Really pretty. And I'm going to take, oh gosh, all my brushes are like piled up here. Where is the brush I'm looking for? Okay, here it is. I'm just going to take a small little brush like that and put it in the highlighter and just apply it to my brow bone, to just highlight my brow bone and to start off my eyeshadow. I like to use the highlighter as you know, an eyeshadow first off for my brow bone, because I'm going to apply this on my cheeks as actual highlighter. And I find that when the highlight on your cheeks matches the highlight on your brow bone, it just looks really pretty. But you don't have to use highlighter on your brow bone. You can just use like a white colored eyeshadow with either with shimmer or matte. This is obviously a highlighter, so it has shimmer to it. And there we go. So then I'm going to go off with a fluffy brush like that. And I'm going to be using my Anastasia Tamana eyeshadow palette, which this one was limited edition. I don't think they have it anymore. You can probably find it on Amazon, but they don't have it anymore on the Anastasia website. And I'm going to be going in, as you can see, I've used this eyeshadow palette a lot, especially these two colors. Like, I've hit pan on all these. I use it on everybody. I love this palette. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with this color called Bengal. You can just use whatever soft, warm brown color you want. And I'm just going to apply that to my crease. And these colors are extremely pigmented, so heads up. All of Anastasia's stuff is amazing. She's definitely one of my go-to for brows, but she also makes really amazing eyeshadows. They're so pigmented, which who doesn't love a good pigmented eyeshadow? And really with this, you only need like one application because you don't really need two because it's so well pigmented. And you just want to blend that. Blend, blend, blend. And then I'm going to get the other eye and blend as well. That's the key to a really good eye look, is just blending, really. And I love to use these like warm brown colors because they're just so pretty. I'm more of a neutral person. I don't really like too much color in my eyeshadows. So this is why this is one of my go-to looks. And there we go. So next I'm just going to go in with this dark brown color called Chocolate. And this one I'm just going to apply on the outer corner of my eye. Just like that, and bring it into the middle. This is really going to elongate the eye, give it a really pretty sultry look. And then we're going to do the other eye, which this lighting is horrible. I apologize again, but you gotta start somewhere. So, you know, if you look back to like Jaclyn Hill's first makeup videos, I mean, the quality is nothing compared to what they are now. So the fact that she just went out there and started doing tutorials with whatever camera she had available is really inspiring. So, and you always just want to blend, blend, blend. You guys can see that. Okay. So now I think I'm done with eyeshadows. Let me just go back in with the brush where I had the highlighter and just kind of touch it up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with eyeliner. I really love this eyeliner by Cling Color in the Pixie jar. They have this one at South Tech for like $1.25, which is amazing. But really you can just use whatever liner. I feel that gel liner is really hard to use. And pencil liner isn't, in my opinion, that well to put at the top lid, so that's why I use liquid liner. So I like to start off in the middle. That's where I have my base. And then I just extend it. And then I start going into the middle. And since this is a more of a toned down kind of look, I'm going to make the inside really thin. So I like to just start off with the base and then I do the other eye. Okay. So then I like to go and start my wing, which in order to start my wing, I just kind of follow my bottom where my eye, where the lower lash line is. And just like that, and then I just connect it. So there we go. The wing is probably one of the hardest things to master. Like, it just really is hard to do it because it just takes a lot of time and patience to get the wing right. So cross your fingers that I get the other side somewhat similar to this side because I don't know. Then if you have like just a little itty bitty little mistake you want to fix, like it's not perfect, so I'm gonna go back in with my little angled brush that I used for my brows and not putting any product, whatever product is left, I'm just gonna clean it up. And I'm telling you, I, the wing is the hardest thing. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret. If you add false lashes on top, no one can tell that they're uneven. So, problem solved. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my face. So, I'm going to start off with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the yellow corrector, just because it brightens up my under eye a lot. Blender and just wet it a little bit with just some water to dampen it. And I'm going to start blending. And you just want to dab, dab, dab. You don't want to like streak it. Okay, so once it's completely blended out that you don't have any more creases on the bottom, you can go ahead and go in with foundation. I'm going to use my Morphe M439 foundation brush, and I'm going to use my Born This Way Too Faced foundation in the color Vanilla. And I love this foundation because you just need like 2 pumps and that's it. And then I just like to go with my beauty blender and make sure everything is blended. So Then I like to go in with another LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Porcelain. I think it's the lightest shade they have because I am really white and anything else will not show up or won't brighten the way I want it to. So I'm just going to add some of that and some down the center of my nose and my chin, like that. I'm just going to wet my beauty blender again with just some water and blend. My gosh, my arm is getting tired of blending. And I like to make my forehead look a little bit bigger because it's so small, like 3 fingers small. So I like to add a little highlight to my forehead because it's really small. So next I'm going to take more of powder, of my airspun powder, and just with a fluffy brush. It's a Morphe brush. I don't know what number it is, but I'm just gonna take it all over. Then, oh my god, this tutorial's been 34 minutes. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna take my beauty blender, dab it with some powder, and apply it under my eye to bake. And you really want to pile it on there. The more powder you put, the more bulletproof your concealer is going to be. So you really want to pile it on. This is also not only going to lock in your concealer, but it's going to give you that really nice airbrushed look under your eye, which, I mean, who doesn't want that? I'm going to put some on my chin. And right now I look pale as a mother effing ghost, but no worries, because right now we're going to bring some life back into my face using bronzers and blushes and highlights and more. So, while your under eye is setting, I like to apply bronzer, which I will be using the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzing powder. Just looks like that. I also really like this one, as you can tell. And this one's like super duper affordable. It's like $3 or $4, I think. So, and I really honestly have not been contouring lately because contouring is like, I don't want to say it, but it's starting to become a thing of the past. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but it is. The whole new trend now is non-touring, which is mainly about highlight, strobing, and people are mostly just putting kind of like a bronzer on their cheeks to kind of just add color and define a bit of their cheekbone. But I mean, you can still contour if you want, but I just really have not been into it lately. So I'm just applying some bronzer, which this one is, it has really, really little shimmer. It's more matte, and I like to apply some on my forehead as well to just add some color. So, and it seems like I'm adding a lot, but I'm really not. I'm just putting super little on the brush to kind of build it, because I rather have too little than too much. So, yep. And it kind of still does give you a little contoured look, so I'm just on my chin to, like I said, bring in the color back to my face. And I'm going to go with a fluffy brush and just really lightly define my nose. And I'm going to bring it into my eyeshadow. Just to kind of add some color to my nose. And then I'm just going to put some powder on there. Okay. And now I'm going to remove the powder under my eyes. And I'm going to apply blush, which I will be using the Too Faced Sparkling Bellini blush. This one's super cute. It does have some shimmer in it, so if you don't like shimmer, I would not recommend this. But otherwise, it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to just apply it right there on the apples of my cheeks, going upwards so it can blend into my bronzer. Okay. Next I will be, where is it? I'm going to go back in with some brown for my eyeshadows. I'm going to go in with this flat brush right here, and I'm going to take a mixture of Bengal and chocolate, and this is going to be for my under eye. I waited to apply it on my under eye because, of course, I did concealers and baking and all that good stuff, so I wanted to wait till then. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply it under my eyes to give a smoky effect. Like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with a white eyeliner, which I really hate using eyeliners on my bottom lash line because my eyes get really, 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 really watery. But I found an eyeliner that's super white pigmented and doesn't make my eyes water so much, which is the LA Colors Jumbo Eye Pencil, which I got this one at, I think, H-E-B for like $1 something. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on my waterline. This is really going to make your eyes pop, as you can tell. And then if you get some on your lashes, just go ahead and go back in with your powder, with your eyeshadow powder brush. But as you can tell, you can already see a difference where this eye looks bigger compared to this eye. I mean, the white eyeliner really just makes your eyes pop. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my little spoolie and just clean off my brows a little because there's powder and whatnot on them. And I'm going to go in with lashes. So let me see. I'm going to be using Ardell Demi lashes, which are super natural. They're going to look super pretty. And I'm going to be using a new glue that I got, which is the Duo. So we'll see how this is. And I completely forgot tweezers. So we'll see how I put these on without tweezers. Okay. Let me just shake this glue a little bit. Just applying the lash glue to the lashes. I'm going to let that set for a little. And I have not yet applied mascara. So I'm just going to apply the mascara after I've put the lashes on. Okay, so I'm just going to wait a little bit. But in the meantime, I will show you how or what mascara I'm going to be using. I like to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara just because it's super duper black. And just to show you guys, I know I said I wasn't going to put it on, but just to show you guys how black it is, like alone by itself, I'm going to apply it. And Mario Dedivanovic, I think, if that's how you pronounce his last name, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, actually uses this mascara on her and on his other celebrity clients. So, I mean, I don't think you guys can really tell through the camera, but in person, it just really darkens your lashes. Or like right here, you can kind of tell where they look kind of faded, and over here the lashes blend in more with the darkness of the liner. And my lashes are kind of long, but they're super straight, so they don't curl at all. Not even with a curler, with an eyelash curler, which is why I didn't even bother to curl them, because I know they're not gonna curl. And that's because I even got an eyelash perm, which is crazy, I know, but okay. So let me get a lash. And let me try applying this with my fingers to see if I can do it, because if not, I will have to get my tweezers. Gosh, this is so hard to do without tweezers. So, I managed to get one on without tweezers. And I'm still like fumbling with it. I'll have to fix that one right now. But I'm too lazy to go grab tweezers, so I'm just gonna do the other one as well without tweezers. So, and the blue stuff you see is the glue, but it dries up clear, so you won't stay with blue lashes or with blue on your lashes. But I think for the most part they're on. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna go in with my favorite part, highlighter. And I'm going to be using the well, actually, let me use two different highlighters. I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Illuminating Palette. Looks like that. Which, let me just swatch it. It has like a variety of shades, but it looks like that. It looks better in person, but it just, gosh, you cannot, this quality of camera is just awful. Anyways, it's the other one. I'll show you a swatch as well. But this one I'm just going to apply on my cheeks because it does have the pink highlighter in it. It suits well as a blush as well, which is why I'm only adding it to my cheeks and not to my nose or anywhere else. It came out kind of sucky on camera, but I'm telling you guys, that palette is really, really good. If you saw, I did a review on it on my Snapchat, and it was better quality there. The Mary Lou highlighter is, I mean, you can see the highlight on my brows, so I'm just going to swatch it real quick. I mean, that one you can see. It's just such a really pretty highlighter, really intense too, which I like. So I'm just going to apply highlighter to my cheeks. I like to apply them to my cheeks because when I smile, you can see my highlight from a mile away. And I like to apply it to the center of my nose. I like to apply it up here as well. And on the top of my lip. So, because I applied some to the top of my brows, some of the highlighter did get on my brows. So I just like to do that with a spoolie. And actually, I like to go in with a little bit of mascara. You can use clear brow gel, which is probably the more appropriate thing to do because it's clear. But I like to just use a little bit of mascara because it also helps darken the brows. So I just like to go in like that. Okay. Next, I will be, gosh, I should have brought my eyelash curler to curl my false lashes, but I didn't think. Let me see if I put it in here. I will just apply mascara. So I'm just gonna blend my lashes to the false ones, like that. Oh my gosh, this video is almost an hour long. I am so sorry. But I mean, if you look at how I started and how I'm now, I mean, it's worth it. It really, truly is. So I'm just going to go in and put a little bit on my bottom lashes. Just like that. Now for lipstick, I'm going to be taking, gosh, if I could find anything under all this mess. Oops. Did I even bring lipstick? Oh, here it is. But where is my lip liner? Can you just tell I'm so organized, guys? I literally have chaos everywhere. This is why I'm late to work all the time, because this is me every morning trying to look for stuff. Oh, found it. I'm going to be using this Jordana lip liner in the color Nude Pink, which I've used this baby a lot because it's really, really tiny now. But I'm just going to use that to line my lips. and then I like to fill them in just because it makes the lipstick last a little longer. And my bottom lip is naturally pretty big, but I have a really big issue with my Cupid's bow area because it's just really small and narrow, and so I tend to overdraw it a lot. I pray these two sides come out even because that is another daily struggle, is trying to even out my lips. And by some miracle, they're somewhat decent. So, praise Jesus. Now I'm going to be going in with ColourPop um, with their matte lipstick in the color Trap. I really like this color. It's like a really mauve-y nude color. This baby feels super lightweight. It feels like I'm not even wearing anything. And it lasts forever. So, then I'm just going to go in with a little more highlighter on my Cupid's bow. Oh yeah. That'll do it. There we go. So, last step, I started off using this hydrating primer mist. So now I'm going to apply it again. And just let this baby dry. That's about it, guys. That's really my signature look. I feel like I'm forgetting one thing, and I think I just remembered. No biggie though. I mean, sometimes we forget, but at least we remembered. So I'm just gonna go back in with eyeliner and just conceal the band of the lashes. And now we're officially done. So, I mean, I don't know. This was really fun actually. I really enjoyed this. And you know what? Just for some fun, I'm going to add a little more highlight because I'm obsessed with highlight. And I'm just gonna and there we go. I mean, if you guys look at the bitch that started this video and look at the bitch now, I mean, it's a big difference. So anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something or picked up something new or saw some products that you might like or try. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for watching this, and yeah, I will hopefully soon be making more videos if I do get requests.